How y'all doing this morning? This is Injun Joe, and I'm doing a very different video from the usual Fallout videos. I'm going to talk about the Dragonlance games. Now, if any of y'all know anything about Dragonlance, Dragonlance was actually a... Yeah, we won't talk about that fucking movie. Get rid of that fucking thing. Anyway, the Dragonlance setting was developed for the AD&D game. This is the first game in the series. This is Heroes of the Lance. Now, there was a version that was released for the NES. This particular version is the PC version. Okay? Basically, it follows the first book, Dragons of Autumn Twilight. They go to Zaxxaroth. It's an action game. You can see there. Okay. We have Tasselhoff. Throwing his little hoopak there. Raistlin, his staff lights up and throws a couple of fireballs. These old games are pretty cool. I will say that they're not exactly the easiest to control. One thing about these types of games, they're old DOS games, you have to make sure you have a keyboard with a num lock on it, because otherwise you're not going to be able to play these games. But as you can see right here, he's in Zaxxaroth. That's where it takes place during the first book. You can dodge traps, use different skills. You have to select your party. Whoever's up at the top left-hand corner is your player. That's Caraman. He hit the Draconian in the head with a spear there. I actually whipped his ass this time. Most of the time you'll die a lot, for sure. Yep. Uh-oh, Goldmoon's about to get buggered by a gully dwarf.
No, get away. Give me some of that, baby. No, get away. Get away. I'm out of here.
And then we have Dragons of Flame. This was the sequel. They did release this for the NES, but it was released in Japan only. The PC versions were released in America. This is from the PC version. It plays the same as Heroes of the Lance. But it's got the top overland map here, and then of course you've got your traditional side view, like what's in Heroes of the Lance. There's Dragons of Flame. This, of course, would be the second, I guess the first or second book, one of the two. Actually, the next game that I cover here in just a second, that actually takes place chronologically during the first book. So here's the Lance, and Shadow Sorcerer would probably take place around about the same time, because one is where they're in Zaxxaroth, and then they have to escape from Pax Tharkas. This one, I don't know where this one falls in line of. There's Tasselhoff. Uh-oh! Tasselhoff died. Now we have Shadow Sorcerer. Now, this particular game, this one's very rare. Most people don't even know it exists. I didn't even know anything about it. I came across it by accident. The title is called Shadow Sorcerer. Now, basically, the goal of this one, you have to help a bunch of refugees make it. I think they had to meet up with the dwarves or something. This was after they escaped from Pax Tharkas. The dragon crashed into the mountain and all that. They killed Verminaird, or however you pronounce his name. Them damn names in Dragonlance. Never could get them right. But this particular game, these older games, they had a thing where basically the manuals, when you would reach a certain point, it would require you to read something out of a manual. It was basically a very early form of copy protection, was what it was. They also had the passwords and all this other stuff that you usually had to look up, so you didn't want to lose the manual. These games, most of them are all available on abandonware sites. The copyright's long since, expired from them. They do have versions on Good Old Games and I think Steam that you can get. These three right here, Champions of Krynn, the Dark Queen of Krynn, and Death Knights of Krynn. I only have Dark Queen of Krynn, so that's why I'm showing the screenshots off of these other two. These ones play a little bit different from the Heroes of the Lance and Dragons of Flame. This one here, it's more in line like Eye of the Beholder. The combat is grid-based. I don't know if I've got any footage of the actual combat, but this is the beginning of the game. This one is notable because it has, artwork. They show artwork from the Heroes of the Lance box set, little odds and ends like that. So we'll sit here and watch this footage right here. I've been a Dragonlance fan for damn near decades. I started reading the books back in the 6th grade. I'm an old school Dragonlance fan, so I don't pay any attention to the 5th Age stuff. I stopped reading Dragonlance right about the time that TSR sold to Wizards of the Coast. But as far as I'm concerned, there was the first 7 books up to Dragons of Summer Flame, and then anything other than that is optional. So I'm definitely an old school Dragonlance fan for sure. This game is based on the AD&D 2nd edition rules. That's also a big point with a lot of people because a lot of people like the 4th and 5th and 3rd editions. This is for the 2nd editions. That's why a lot of people like the Dragonlance setting, because a lot of that stuff, it was based around 2nd edition. That was when it was in its prime. Let's put it that way. Once you're just running through a forest. See, it's a lot like Eye of the Beholder. I don't know. It doesn't seem to have the same kind of interactivity as Eye of the Beholder. And it's kind of cut and dry. You've just got a simple little screen right there. But as you can see, this is my collection. I've been a Dragonlance fan for years, decades. This is part of a comic book. These were comic books that were released in around about 1988. Now, this is not the same as the DC series that was released. These were independent graphic novels that were released. There's Dragons of Summer Flame. There's the Player's Handbook. And then, of course, there's the Tales of the Lance box set. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, all you Dragonlance fans. Subscribe if you like the video. Thank you guys for watching. You have a good day. I'm Injun Joe.